Hello dear students, welcome you all for the 7th session of the 5th chapter Business Taxation for 6th semester Mangalore University BCom. So in this session we are going to work out another illustration on input tax credit. So my presentation for this session is illustration number 2. Illustration 1 is already worked out. So we will work out illustration number 2. So let's straight away go to the illustration. This illustration I have taken it from again Mangalore University end semester examination of BCom May 2019. So Mr. Charan is a taxable person in Bangalore, Karnataka. He gives the following information from which calculates CGST, SGST and IGST payable for the month of March 2019. So the information is given. Supply of goods to Mysore 14 lakh, supply of tax to a taxable person in Maharashtra 24 lakh, supply to SEZ developer in Bangalore, then supply of exempt goods to Udupi, export to Canada, supply to taxable person, then rendered service to a person in Pondicherry, then provided service to a person in Madras, then goods supplied to a job worker in Chennai, rendered services to a foreign diplomatic mission 12% 1 lakh. So he had a credit in the electronic ledger, IGST 45,000, CGST 40,000, then SGST 40,000. So we have to calculate now what is the net GST payable after adjusting the IGST, after adjusting the input tax credit. So before that, we have to calculate the GST for each transaction. Then we have to total the GST. Then if there is any input tax on these transactions, that has to be deducted. So by this transaction we can see all these transactions are outward supply. So everything is outward supply, there is no inward supply. Otherwise we have to calculate separately for outward supply, and also for inward supply separately we have to calculate GST. So since there is only outward supply, let us calculate total GST, then we will deduct the input tax credit. Then we will arrive at net GST payable. So let's go to the next slide. So this is the format, computation of GST payable. So particulars, taxable value, CGST, SGST and IGST. So let's write all the transactions one by one. First one is supply of goods to Mysore, supply of goods to Mysore. Second one is supply to a taxable person in Maharashtra. Both are taxable. So let's calculate GST. So in the particulars column we will write the narration, then taxable value, that is the value of the supply. Then if it is intrastate, then it is CGST and SGST. If it is interstate, then it is IGST. So first one is supply of goods to Mysore. So whether this is intra or interstate. So what we have to do, we have to see the place of business. Charan is a taxable person in Bangalore. So if he is supplying from Bangalore to Mysore, it is a intrastate supply. Okay, so what is the value? Value is 14 lakh. Then, so what is the tax? We have to calculate the tax here itself. 14 lakh into at the rate of 5%. So 5% on 14 lakh is 70, right? But here CGST share is 2.5, SGST share is 2.5. Remember this. Okay, so if you divide 70,000 into between two taxes, then it is 35,000. Then 35,000. So total is 70,000. So IGST is nil, it will not apply. So second transaction is supply to a taxable person in Maharashtra. So it is a interstate transaction. So what is the IGST that you are paying? It is IGST. So what is the GST that you are paying? It is IGST. So rate of tax is 12%. So value is how much? So let's write the value. The value is 24 lakh. So rate of tax is 12%. 12% on 24 lakh is how much? 12% on 24 lakh is 2 lakh 88,000. So 2 lakh 88,000 is the IGST. Then let's go to the third one. Let's go to the problem here. Supply to SEZ developer in Bangalore. So remember, if you are supplying the goods to SEZ developer in Bangalore, then it is, or to any SEZ, special economic zone, then it is tax free. There is no tax. So supply to SEZ developer. So supply to SEZ in the sense special economic zone. If you are supplying to SEZ developer, then there is no tax, zero rate of tax. So now the SEZ developer is in Bangalore. So even though it is an intrastate supply, the tax is nil. Intrastate supply tax is nil, and it will be coming under IGST. So here you can write zero rate. So next one is supply of exempt goods to Udupi. So you are supplying the exempt goods, so it is exempt from tax, no tax on that. So let's write that. So the value is 20 lakhs. So supply of exempt goods to Udupi is exempt from tax. There is no GST on which will be charged. So next one is, let's go to the problem. Export to Canada. So it's the export supply. So again, export to Canada. Since it is a export supply, again zero rate. Let's write the transaction export to Canada. But the value is 15 lakh. But the tax is nil. So again, let's write on the IGST column, it has to be written. So let's write in the IGST column zero rate. So export supply, SEZ supply, everything has to be written in the IGST column. So IGST has to be paid because these are the special transactions. Next one is supply to a taxable person in Goa, delivery of goods received in Bangalore by their agent. Now which type of transaction is? You are supplying to a person in Goa, that means it is an interstate. So IGST has to be paid even though the goods are received in Bangalore. So this is very important, where it is supplied. Okay, it was supplied in Goa, where the principal place of business. So principal place of business is Goa, so that's why it is considered as interstate. So that means IGST has to be paid. So the value is 8 lakh, 8 lakh into 5%. So on the IGST column, 8 lakh into 5%, it is 40,000. So let's write 40,000. Let's go to the next one. Rendered service to a person in Pondicherry. So Pondicherry is in other state. So again, it is a interstate transaction. So value is 50,000. So interstate means IGST will apply. Let's write that. So the value is 50,000. So again, in the IGST column, it is, what is the tax rate? So tax rate is 18%, right? Tax rate 18%. So on the IGST column, it is 18% on 50,000. So it is 9,000. Next, go to the problem. Provided services to a person in Madras. So Madras is Tamil Nadu, again interstate IGST. So the value of the transaction is 8 lakh. 8 lakh into 5%. So how much is 8 lakh into 5%? So it is, so it is not 5%, sorry, it is 18% again. So 18% on 8 lakh is 1,44,000. So let's write 1,44,000. Next, let's go to the next one. Goods supply to a job worker in Chennai. So supply of goods to a job worker in Chennai. So it is 5%, value is 50,000. Let's write 50,000. So then, so what is 50,000? 5%, it is again interstate transaction. So 2,500. So 2,500 is the tax. Then let's go to the next one. Rendered services to a foreign diplomatic mission, 1 lakh. So we have already studied this. So if any renders service to a foreign diplomatic mission, then it is not a service, it is exempt from tax. But still, let us write. So rendered service to a foreign diplomatic mission, it is not taxable. So we have completed all the transaction. Now let's calculate the gross GST payable. So we have arrived at the gross GST payable, that is 35,000 CGST. In case of SGST 35,000, and in case of IGST it is 4,83,500. Now what we have to do is we have to see how much credit is available. So that credit has to be deducted from this. So let's credit in electronic ledger. So it will be automatically displayed in the website or in our GST login. So what is the credit available? It is given here in the problem. 45,000 in case of IGST, CGST 40, SGST 40. So 40, 40, 45. So 40,000. Here also 40,000. Then here it is 45,000. So the balance is 5,000, 5,000, and here it is 4,38,500. Now this is the balance, 5,000 in case of CGST, 5,000 in case of SGST. There is a minus balance, still balance is there. Okay, so here this is, and in IGST still we have to pay the tax. Here there is a balance is there from the previous input tax credit. So this balance can be utilized to set up IGST, because we have to pay extra IGST still amount has to be paid, but here there is a minus balance. So this minus balance or excess balance, this excess balance can be used to pay the IGST. So intra-head setup, let's write. So we have done the intra-head setup, that is 10,000, that is 5,000 plus 5,000. So 5,000 from CGST, 5,000 from SGST, total is 10,000. Therefore net GST payable, here it is nil, here it is nil, and here it is 4,28,500. So net GST payable nil nil, 4,28,500. So this is how we have to adjust the input tax credit with one head to another head. If there is a balance in one head, CGST, you can utilize to set up IGST. Here also if there is a balance, we can use it to set up the IGST. If there is a balance in IGST and if there is a tax liability to be paid in CGST and SGST, then this balance can be utilized here. So that is how intra-head setup is done. So that's all from this video. Thank you for watching this video.